Hey everybody, hope you are having a great day. It's time for your market update for March 2020 in the Twin Cities, so let's get into it. And make sure and subscribe to me on YouTube so you can get more great content like this. I'm going to be putting out a ton of good stuff in 2020, so hit that bell button so you get notified every time. All right, let's get into it. Number one for this month is new listings. So I like to go back when we're at the beginning of the year like this. Let's look at December, which typically has the fewest number of new listings put in, right? And then let's look at where we're at currently. February is our most recent stat, right? So generally, new listings that are coming on the market from that time period, we're about average right now. So a little bit surprising, we've seen a ton of buyers coming in. Listings is about normal, if you will. Going back a few years, we're up a good amount, 5,100 new listings or so last month, but average number of new listings for through February 2020. Second is month supply of inventory. That one's the ratio between the number of buyers and the number of sellers and how quickly that burn rate would be with what we have right now. Monthly rolling numbers, we're seeing it's at 1.5 months of inventory. If you look at the 12-month average rolling, it's at 2.2. So again, balanced market, remember, is from 4 to 6 months, give or take. Usually around 4 is what they want to see for a balanced market. Less means we're in a strong seller's market. With our 1.5, that was excluding, that's tied for the lowest from January 2018. But other than that, that's the lowest we've seen for quite some time, okay? Basically tied for the record. And then as far as rolling 2.2, that's not tied, that's not a new record, but it's still very, very low. And we've only been around there a few different months in the last several years, and then not for quite some time before that. Number 3, interest rates. So hearing people talk about the coronavirus, hearing people talk about stock markets, nobody's been so interested in what's going on in the market as lately. And it has nothing to do with real estate. It's got all these other factors that are affecting our real estate industry. So here's what you need to know about interest rates, the market, the economy, everything else. We saw stock prices drop like crazy. They've rebounded some. We've seen coronavirus hit. That's primarily in China still, but there's so many foreign investors from China and other countries that even though we haven't seen the coronavirus itself here, people in China aren't investing in US oil, so that has things all turned up in our market here. Actually, as a result, the Fed just announced they're going to cut rates. It's the biggest rate cut since 2008 when we had the big recession, everything dropped. So totally unexpected, massive rate cut. Right now we're seeing them just over 3%, depending on your loan type, 3 1/8, 3 1/4, something like that. So crazy low. It wasn't really expected, but they're doing that, from what I'm reading, is kind of a preemptive strike to expecting things to start slowing down. So if we can give the market a little bit of juice, it'll stimulate some economy activity for everybody. So they're saying the coronavirus, the quote I saw was, it poses an evolving risk to economic activity. So that's the fancy way to say they're expecting things to slow down. So they're giving us a little interest rate cut to get more people into the market, get more people inspired to sell their home or to go buy a home, and all of the different commodity services that come with. So very, very interesting. Rates are incredibly low. Month supply of inventory is definitely skewed towards the seller's market still. And number of new listings is about average. So we could definitely use more listings to balance the rest of that out. And just time will tell what happens with coronavirus and the stock market and everything else and how those things all play together in our market. That's what you need to know for March 2020. If you haven't already, make sure and go subscribe to my YouTube channel and then hit that bell so you hit the notifications and get the new content every week, every month in your eyeballs. Thanks so much. Hope you have a great day. See ya.